Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. I am your girl, Shuntae. I am your favorite bird queen, your favorite affirmation goddess, and your favorite fashionista. And this is my segment, Let's Talk About It, where I just share my unsolicited opinion, my intuitive thoughts, and how I think about certain situations and different topics. Just solely my opinion. Sometimes it's factual, sometimes it's not, but it's always factual through my lens, okay? Because as we know, everybody has an opinion, just like everybody has a a-hole, okay? So I like to share mine. So, all right. So today's topic is people pleasing. And what is a people pleaser, you might say? A people pleaser is someone who has a strong urge to please others. And sometimes the urge is so strong, it is at their own expense. So certain people pleasers, they want to please people so bad that they self-neglect. They don't even know their own self because their mission and their goal is to please others. And sometimes it's for different reasons. It could be, hey, I want this person to like me. I want to be likable. So let me do everything this person says just so they can like me. Some people pleasers is from a characteristic and a trait that was formed from childhood, when you are raised in a family dynamic where it's disrespectful if you talk back. And sometimes talking back could simply be the child taking up for themselves. But in certain family dynamics, that is disrespectful. It's disrespectful for you to have an opinion outside of what authority says. So with these type of childhood dynamics, it raises and it forms a trait that when you become an adult, you are identified as a people pleaser. You don't know how to identify yourself because maybe you didn't get validated as far as like your emotions and your opinion as a child. So now the only thing you know is to please others. What do you think? What do you like? I like whatever you like. Or maybe as a child, your house was so chaotic that all you wanted to do was just please your parents, please your mother, please your father. So it will alleviate conflict, which forms in your adulthood to where you don't like conflict. So you people please. So you won't have to face conflict or confrontation because it's awkward, it's a triggering, it's chaotic, it's argumentative, So you want to people please to ease and make everything just flow, everything be at ease, right? But the irony in people pleasing is you're people pleasing, but people are not really being pleased by you. People are using you because you are a yes person. Yes, 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 yes. And I had someone in my younger years tell me, because I am a recovered people pleaser, so I used to people please a lot. And I had someone to tell me, hey, no one likes a yes man. No one likes someone that always says yes. And so when I was told that, I was like, why wouldn't somebody like somebody that always says yes? Why would that be an issue? Why would it be something that is not liked, somebody that always has someone at their beck and call. I can call on you if I need you. Why wouldn't that be light? But that is the irony of people pleasing, because you can do so much for a person and they will still not like you. They will still not like you. You can try to prove your love. You can try to buy your love. You can try to show, hey, I'm here for you in this aspect, and people will still not like you. So when you're people pleasing, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because you're people pleasing for all the traits of, if you're trying to be likable, or if you just don't like conflict, confrontation. But even with that, people still will not like you, and there will still be confrontation, there will still be drama, while the people pleaser is trying to dodge a confrontation bullet or a conflict bullet. It's like you still causing conflict. It's still drama. It's still chaos. So even while you are trying to prove or in the flow of a people pleaser, what you're trying to dodge will still happen. People still will not like you, and there will still be drama and conflict along the way. So people pleasing in a nutshell is just not a good idea. Having boundaries and saying no is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And let me tell you, when you set these boundaries and you start saying no and you start putting yourself first, you will disappoint a lot of people. You will disappoint a lot of people, and a lot of people will not like the take of you having boundaries and setting a tone for yourself and how you want to deal with people. You may lose some people, but hey, that's okay, because you, at the expense, that is a people pleaser. When you put yourself first, you may lose people at the expense of yourself, right? But when you're a people pleaser, you neglect yourself. No, wait, I'm trying to wrap it around. Okay, so how I'm trying to wrap it around. As a people pleaser, you please others to get them, happy, and you neglect yourself. As a person with boundaries, you become a loss for others, and yourself is first. So when you used to put people first, now you put yourself first at the expense of others. So meaning that you may lose some people by putting yourself first. But when you were people pleasing, you were losing yourself by putting others first. So, and that is as a recovering people pleaser, that is the most awkward and most overwhelmed emotion as you transition from people pleasing to non-people pleasing. Because when you start having boundaries and you start setting the tone with people, a lot of people is not going to take it. And as a people pleaser, you want people to be happy. So knowing that people will not take what the boundaries that you're putting up, some will respect you for it and say, hey, okay, so now I know how to deal with Anna. Now I know how to deal with this coworker or this spouse. Some people will respect the boundaries and they will compromise. But then you have some people that they won't, and they chunk the deuces, and you have to be okay. And it's going to be a weird emotion because you're going to be so sad because you feel like you're losing people. But while you're losing those people, you are gaining yourself. You are gaining self-awareness for yourself. You are pouring into yourself, and you are putting yourself first. So pour into yourself when you're feeling like, oh my God, I just set a boundary and I don't know how they're gonna feel. I hope she still likes, but whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just say, hey, I had to do what I had to do, and I had to put myself first. So, hey, if you can respect it, cool. We have the best relationship. If you can't, then hey, I can't beat myself up because I put myself first and put a boundary for myself. And that's how a lot of us recovering people pleasers do. We go through a season of where it's just like, you know, you beat yourself up. You may go through a season where you feel alone, you know, because you're now setting boundaries. People can't talk to you how they want to talk to you. You are not so much available. You know, you take your time very seriously. And so, hey, you may lose some people, and you have to be okay with that. As a recovering people pleaser, you have to be okay with putting yourself first at the expense of others. Okay? So, ways to identify if you are a people pleaser or not. Let's run the list down. If you have a difficulty saying no, if you agree to things that you don't want to do, if you feel guilty when you say no, if you have a fear that turning people down will make them think that you are mean or selfish, if you struggle with feelings of low self-esteem, if you have trouble distinguishing their likes, dislikes, and hobbies from others, if you have trouble distinguishing your likes, dislikes, and hobbies from others, if you have difficulty recognizing how you really feel, if you fib to avoid hurting others' feelings, if self-sacrifice or self-neglect is an awkward feeling for you, you may be a people pleaser. If you experience excessive feelings of guilt, shame, and fear, if you self-silence to stay safe and make others feel comfortable, you may be a people pleaser. And I want to go back to which one? Fear that turning people down will make them think that you are mean or selfish. That is one of the top things as a people pleaser. The fear of letting people down. Oh my God. And I just was tested with this, and a friend, you know, had an event, and it was like out of town. So once I did all of my budgeting and stuff, I'm like, shoot, I can't make that because it just doesn't align with my expenses and stuff. So of course, in my mind, I'm like, oh, she probably gonna feel some type of way, blah, 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 blah. And I just I couldn't think about that, because at the end of the day, when that event is done, I still have to continue to live. I still have to continue to be here within my journey. So if me disappointing you puts me in a higher position to where I can peacefully keep on going within my journey, then that's just what has to be done. And I just had to let this friend know, like, hey, I wouldn't make it. Yes, I wanted to come. Yes. But I can't make it. It's not in the budget right now for me to take the trip. And of course, you feel the different in the text message and how a person talk, and it's just like, I couldn't worry about that. And me knowing that by disappointing my friend, I'm still satisfied because I know that I made the best decision for me. I am okay. And I feel like that was my test from God to really live and walk this recovering people pleaser, because I could have broken my neck, went outside and, then came back, and I would have had myself in a messed up position while I'm trying to please a friend, and knowing that it's not in the budget, and would have went on, pleased the friend, left myself in a messed up position, and then things are falling back on me. Hey, I can't call that friend and be like, hey, can I borrow this, because, I came because I was trying to. No. My friend will look at me, well, maybe you shouldn't have came. Right? Like, so even though this particular friend is probably upset that I didn't make their event, hey, I'm okay with it, because at the end of the day, my life is still flowing, and I did the best decision that was for me and my budget, okay? So for me to miss the event and still have everything afloat for Anna Shuntae, yep, that's just, hey, that's how we have to do it, right? So, and I'm okay, because it's, when you take out the fear of losing people, it's like, hey, people come and people go, but you have to always stay with yourself. You have to always do what is best for you. You have to always think about you before anybody else, because when you need that pour back into, you may not have nobody around so you got to make decisions that align for you. You can't make decisions based on what other people got going on, because their journey is not your journey. So no more people pleasing. If it's not in the budget, if you can't make it, if you can't talk on the phone right now, if you don't feel like it, because baby, the older you get, the more that meaningless conversations does not matter anymore, bro. We are adults out here, and true enough, having somebody to talk to is such a wonderful thing, because everybody needs someone to talk to. But the betrayal and how people listen and then they gossip and they go back and say, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. You kind of go within and you don't want to tell anybody what's on your mind, what's on your plate. That's why a lot of people go to therapists, just so they can have somebody to talk to that won't judge, that won't condemn, that won't steer them in a way that is for their own good, because I know this person, like best friend or family members that just want to steer you, an unbiased opinion. That's what it is. You go to therapists because, your close friends and families, they have biased opinions sometimes. So when you go to a therapist can give you an unbiased opinion because they don't know you. They can't run and go talk about you to the next person or the next friend or coworker or anything like that, because their job is to listen to you talk. So that's why a lot of people rather go to therapists and have counseling sessions, because they don't have anybody to talk to around them. And me being a person that cut everybody off, clean slate, having one person that you can talk to is so valuable. It's so valuable, because when you are a recovering people pleaser, you don't want to fall back into those people pleasing ways. So having somebody that you can talk to that won't judge, is so valuable. So if you guys are out there and you have a person that is not biased, you can tell them anything, they won't judge, they let you be you, keep those people near. Keep that person near. Keep those people near, because they are rare. And a lot of people would die to have that one person that they can just fully trust and know that their business and whatever they discuss is not leaving the room. But so reeling it back in, as a people pleasers often are seen as agreeable, helpful, and kind. However, people-pleasing behaviors can lead to resentment and relationship burnout. That is so true. Because I feel like I am at the point to where I am a relationship burnt out, whether it's platonic or romantic. More so platonic. I am burnt out with platonic relationships. And it's so crazy because I want platonic relationships. I feel like it is so valuable to have a community. And I pray every day that God is bringing the community that is great for me, that's aligned with me, and that are just wonderful people, So, because relationship burnout is a real, I feel like I have been in isolation, and of course I miss like my old days where we partying, not necessarily like partying, but like going out, lounge, having a good time, and just being free, But I rather have quality than quantity. The older that I get, I'd rather have quality company than quantity company, because a lot of times with quantity company, it comes with a lot. So quality over quantity always. So right now I have cleared my plate as far as like relationships. So although I am burnt out, I am still open, because I don't know when God will present, that one friend that's like, oh my God, you're like the best friend of them all. Or, because I'm older now, it may be my mate, that will be my friend, best friend, lover, everything. But it has, because I'm so burnt out with relationships, it has to be God sent. Like, it has to be like, this partner has to be perfectly picked for Anna Shuntae. And I've scripted my partner out to the T, baby. So I know what I want and I know what I'm looking for. So yeah, relationship burnout is real. When you just exalt yourself for others, you get burnt out mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I think for so many years, my body finally burnt out last year, and it was like, enough is enough. And of course it was, it's all me, but my body was like, enough is enough. So Yes. No people pleasing, because you will burn yourself out mentally, physically, and emotionally. Okay? And people pleasing can be a symptom of mental health conditions. And people pleasing can lead to symptoms of mental health conditions like anxiety and depression. Because when you are a people pleaser and the people pleasing the people get you tossed and turned which ways, that's where social anxiety comes in. Social anxiety, not being comfortable being in public settings. And I've experienced this too, being out and being socially awkward. Even though a lot of people say they couldn't tell, but of course, knowing me, it's like, that was socially awkward. Like, why did you say that? Or why, da da da. So, social anxiety is real. And people pleasing does lead to depression, because when you pour into others and you don't pour into yourself, like, you are really it's like you eventually start pouring from an empty cup, because you have nothing or no one replenishing your cup back. Sure, others are feeling uplifted as well, because even if I'm feeling depressed, I don't want you to feel like, let me make you feel good. Okay? People pleasing, right? So with that, when I made that post, and I was so depressed last year, and it's like, when I didn't get that pour back into me like I was kind of expecting, I had a few people, but when I didn't really get that pour back, I told myself, I said, from now on, I am going to make sure my cup is filled to the tippity top, and then I give from the overflow. People have actually said that you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't. If you're always being there for other people, being an emotional uphold for people that are emotionally ignorant, if you're always there to be that emotional guard to make people feel good about themselves, whether they are a shitty person or a good person, you will drain yourself out to where it leads to depression, because you don't have anybody pouring. You just pouring out from your cup, pouring out from your cup, and you don't have nothing pouring back into it. You become dry, you become withered, you become depressed, because you don't have nobody pouring that love back into you. And you've exalted all the love, all the ignoring red flags. You've exalted putting the rosy colored glasses on for people, and now you're depressed. And now you're full of social anxiety because you don't even want to socialize. You're at the point where relationship burnout. So yes, it leads to depression. So stop putting people, when we're growing up and in childhood, they teach us to share and to put other people first, But as you get older, but people pleasing got to stop. You gotta stop putting people before you, because if you don't, you will fall into a dig of depression. You can't dig yourself back out, because you don't have any nutrients, you don't have any love, you don't have anything in your cup to pour yourself out the hole. So now you done fell into this hole of depression, and if nobody is loving you and encouraging you, and if you don't have the mental to be strong and to get yourself out of the rut, you will go downhill and probably won't even have the strength to come back up. So now you're just depressed and just withering away because you've given all to other people. So people pleasing is just a no for me. I'm so glad that I love myself. I'm so glad that I don't play about Anna Shuntae. I'm so glad that God is with me. I'm so glad that Jesus walks with me, because when you set boundaries with people, you have to be ready for people to walk away. You have to be ready to not have a safety net anymore, because now you have boundaries with yourself. You are putting yourself first. So now you have to be that safety net and have God to call on to be a safety net for you. Because when you're not being a pleasure to others, they can easily turn their back on you. They can easily abandon you. They can easily not give a F because you're not serving them anymore. You're not being a pleasure to them anymore. So, people pleasing, it gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. Put yourself first. Pour into yourself. Do not waste years and years and years people pleasing and going with the flow and not knowing your own identity, not knowing who you are, what you like. One of the symptoms for people pleasing, it says having difficulty recognizing how you really feel. Having trouble distinguishing your likes, your dislikes, and hobbies from others. And I know also, story time for me, my hairstylist was doing my hair, and she asked, what are some of the things you like to do? And I could not say right off the back, like, oh, I like to do this, I like to do that, I like to do this, I like to do that. It was like, what do I like to do? And it took me aback, because now I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, you need to do some more self-awareness, because you need to be more aware of yourself and what you like to do as an adult. What do you like to do? So, people pleasing. It gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere, because people will still not like you. You'll still be in drama and chaos. So, if you are a people pleaser out there, please find a way to stop. Start saying no. No is a full sentence. No. And of course, no one likes to be told no. Everyone likes to hear yes. That's why it's so crazy to me that a person that is a yes man is not liked. It's the contradictory of the world. Why is a yes man not liked when everybody likes to be told yes? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And you know what? I may not get it in this lifetime. But all in all, people pleasers, recovering people pleasers that will recover, I am with you. I pray for you, and I pray for myself, because like I say, I am a recovering people pleaser, and I find myself still battling, but I'm standing my ground. It's a no if it's a no, and it's a yes if it's a yes. So, yes, hold your ground, and I pray that you guys start to be on your journey of not people pleasing anymore. for your own mental sake, for your own sake. So, as you all know, I am your favorite affirmation goddess. So, of course, I have some affirmations that I want to say with you guys so we can get this journey of people pleasing up out of here. And you guys can come back to this video and say, hey, when I first saw it, I was a people pleaser, but now I am not no more. And that may be a year from now, 2 years from now, and you may see this video and you will not be a people pleaser anymore. So let's get it with these affirmations. I will say no more often. I am not responsible for other people's feelings, no matter what they say to me. I don't have to go above and beyond for others to be worthy of their love. I have my own opinions. I don't have to pretend to agree with everyone else's. It's not my job to comfort everyone all the time. It's my turn to be comforted. Prioritizing myself isn't selfish. It's necessary. I don't have to do things on other people's timelines. I am not over explaining myself. Conflict and disagreements are unavailable. I am comfortable with them and face it head on. Oh, wait. Conflict and disagreements are unavoidable. I am comfortable with them and face it head on. I am not a people pleaser. Okay, so that was just a few people pleasing affirmations. And I like to leave it off with this quote: I please myself and I can be a pleasure to others. So yes, put yourself first, my recovering people pleasers. Be okay with saying no. It's okay if you missed the event. It's okay if you just can't be there. Be there for yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to be with you. You have to live with you. So make sure that you are pleasing yourself. Make sure you are pouring into yourself. Make sure you are uplifting yourself in any way possible. All right. I think that is it for this episode of Let's Talk About It, People Pleasing. I am your girl, Shuntae. I am your favorite virt queen. I am your favorite affirmation goddess, and I am your favorite fashionista. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the tribe. This is a tribe of beauty, inspiration, and a character. So please, yes, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought. Please comment your thoughts. You know, everybody's opinion is validated and respected. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right, I am Shuntae, and I am signing out. Peace.